So lots has happened. Somebody got stabbed. I have everything on tape too. You can see police are mobilizing to possibly do an unlawful assembly, but you can't be sure. I'm going to take you to where the stabbing was. The stabbing was right here. You can see his stuff. I'm going to show you the hat. The hat is significant. The hat has an American flag. So the rally was happening here at City Hall. What happened was a lone person from the Patriot block came to this corner here. You can still see Antifa is actually down there in that park. What happened is there was a bunch of people on this corner here on Spring and First. They crossed over to attack one lone, you can see there's some Antifa people that are here. This is actually the police headquarters. So the stabbing took place right on the corner. That's police headquarters right there. You can see that there's some black bloc people over there. What ends up happening is the people come over. If you look at my video, I'm right here. They come over from that other side of the street, and this was an all-out brawl right here. Now, what's the result of it? One person is stabbed. He's been taken away. He's been taken away by medical, and that is his stuff right there. You can see the American flag hat right there. It's about as close as we can get. You see the blood from the stabbing. And this is, of course, City Hall right here on this corner. And you can see that this is where the Patriot rally is, right over here. So again, one person stabbed who is wearing an American flag hat. I do not know the extent to which that person was involved, but there was an all-out brawl right here on the opposite side of the street where there are still Antifa helmeted skateboarder, black bloc types over there. So, you guys, I have all this on video. I shot on the regular camera rather than feed live. So I actually am the only reporter that's on the other side there. I'm going to get a picture of these Antifas because they're congregating. But here, we're at the corner of Spring and First, and this was an all-out brawl about a half hour ago. And again, that person's stuff is still just sitting there. There are some Antifa types still gathering on the other side. Oh, sorry, finger. I'm actually shaking a little because there you can see Antifas are still gathered over here. This is the Patriot. Sorry for the fingers, guys. I'm actually shooting on two different cameras right now. So what happens is the live stream sometimes gets sacrificed. I apologize for that. And I am a little shaky. Just hand is a little shaky right now. A lot happened. So the all-out brawl, which I will post, go to my Twitter handle, which you see below in the left, at @JLeeQuinn. I will be posting on that page all of the raw footage of the brawl. It was an all-out brawl. Now, one reporter named Jake, who I know, a reporter who works for News to Share, was attacked by the Patriot side. And I was in there and I was screaming, he's pressed. It's important that neutral press are protected. Now, I will say this. I would never show up to one of these things with a helmet that said press. Never. Because the first thing people think if you wear a helmet that says press is that you're freaking aligned with Antifa. So, but again, I saw the Patriot group attacking Jake. It was confusion. It was chaos, but I was there on the other side. And again, I don't wear a helmet that says, let's talk to you. Can I talk to you, or how you feeling?
Sure. You got some water?
I don't have anything.
Order some water.
Oh, man. Can I interview you really quick?
Sure.
Okay. So I was in there yelling, he's pressed. I don't know if you heard me.
I did. I saw you.
Okay. But they got you. Who struck, who hit you?
Actually, funny enough, it's the guy that everybody was pointing fingers at, saying that he needed to get out just now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know if you caught that, but it was that guy. And
Did
the
you
first
get
time
that?
around, I told him to mind his manners, but then he came back again for me again. And he kept missing, like, striking me with hits, but then he came around and he pepper sprayed me.
I saw that he had kind of slick black hair. Yeah, that was the guy. I have the whole thing on video.
Shorts, I don't know what the pattern was, but yeah, I got it on film too.
Now, I was just telling my audience, one thing I don't do is I don't wear anything like a helmet that says press because people think you're Antifa if you do, is my thought. What do you think? Why do you think you were targeted?
I think mostly just because it was in the fray. I mean, I am obviously marked with several different pieces of clothing and items that like mark me as press. I have my press badge here. I really can't say for sure, except that they saw a member of the press and they attacked, regardless of whether they know what the spin is on the story. I guess, for lack of a better word.
That's a good way to put it, and I apologize for any editorial there. Where did you feel you getting hit first?
I guess it would be like right in the middle, like in the bike path, if there is one over there.
Were you hit from behind, or?
I never got hit from behind. I did feel lots of people shoving me from behind, but I was just mostly getting moved around the way, which is sort of like my style. When it comes to these sort of events, I like to move between the line as far back as possible to get like as much of the action as possible. But given the amount of people coming from this side, as opposed to the amount of people on the opposite side of the street, it was getting to be a big circle, half circle on their part, of which I ended up getting like swooped up into the melee. But I did try to walk out of that. That guy who we're talking about, that guy definitely like targeted me and attacked me. Also, Hyro, everybody knows Hyro. Everybody knows Hyro. He also threw a kick at me, which again, like I've tried to make up with that kid several times over, being like, hey, leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. I don't understand why you kick me.
Hyro kicked you?
Yeah, Hyro tried to kick me.
And does he know who you are?
Oh yeah, he knows.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no doubt. But the thing about it is...
Now, was that before or after you were attacked?
That was during.
During.
So like shortly thereafter. It was after. After I was attacked by that gentleman, but then Hyro tried to kick me.
I see. Did you see the stabbing?
There was a stabbing. I had no idea.
A guy, there's stuff is still, well, it's gone now, but the guy was stabbed. He had an American flag hat. I just live streamed it. His American flag hat, but it was in the middle of the street there. And so one stabbed, as far as we know. Did you catch?
I ended up down the street with the opposition side, and they were like flushing my eyes out, and I just tried to get back over here as soon as possible.
Do you know which side sprayed you?
Oh yeah, it was that guy.
It was
that same guy.
So it's yes.
No, I saw. Yeah, he sprayed me. He sprayed a couple other people.
To be clear here, folks, it was chaos, but it was the Patriot militant bloc that attacked Jake here, who is clearly marked as press.
Newstoshare.com.
Newstoshare.com.
We got pepper sprayed again. I love you.
So again, that was the Patriot bloc that attacked press. Now there was a stabbing, and they took the stabbing victim away from the other side. And the stabbing victim did have an American flag hat. You can back up the live stream to see the American flag hat.
Sorry.
All right. So you still got some black bloc on the other side of the street that are trying to taunt. So let's go this way so we can see the signs coming in here. But there is still a protest that's going on here. And there were I saw a kid and his father saying what to do if this protest gets attacked. I'm not going to show the kids' faces here, but I'll show the signs. But they have kids here. There are families here. But it's important to know the actual stabbing took place. Hi, how are you? Good. The actual stabbing and the The victim had a Patriot hat, an American flag hat, which I showed at the beginning of this stream, the American flag hat that was there. Is the weapon seen? Can you see the weapon? No. All you can see is the stick. All you have to do is go like that and go and you got it. We appreciate you guys. So, let me tell you about my situation here. I'm not comfortable in either group in some ways. I'm carefully navigating this, but you see there's Antifas are still on the other side. You got a black bloc, some black bloc dudes. You got the police here monitoring that. And then you have the rally happening over here. And again, there were dozens of militant types that were surrounding this rally as security to make sure that the Antifa doesn't come in to this park. But as I said, I witnessed everything. One person crossed over. They weren't there before. They were on the other side of the street. But and then what happened was, well, you know what? Go to my Twitter. I'm going to show you the whole video. I'll post it. I got the whole thing on film. So again, if you're just joining us, one stabbed, who is on the Patriot side. Also, a member of the press that was attacked, a neutral member of the press, was attacked during this by the Patriot side. You got to call the shots as they are. I'm saying that, and I'm saying that loud and clear right here, where I am in neutral zone, which is this is sidewalk. So. I just, as I walked through to show you some of the signs, I noticed that there were a couple of kind of usual suspects, I guess, from the right-wing activist scene that I just sort of acknowledged. One of them was filming me, and I just sort of nodded my head to acknowledge that I was being filmed. But again, I am now passing through, you see more police officers. So now you have medical freedom protesters, no vax passport. It's what recall Gavin Newsom. It says vaccine mandates are fascist.
Don't fall for it. The Antifa is a terrorist organization. She is absolutely right.
They're trying to say that standing up for your rights in America is terrorism. This is a lie. And we will use our rights as Americans to stand up for what's right. Follow the law, however, do not obey these mandates because they are illegal. They cannot mandate anything that goes against all of national and national laws. I'm sorry?
So one thing I said that I should clarify, I really don't think people should show up to these things with a hat that says press and a marker that says press, because what happens is you end up getting attacked. I am wearing my sort of press badge, potpourri hanging from my neck, and just to clearly identify me as press. But you can hear me in the video shouting, "He's press, he's press." Again, I stand for a free press, regardless of whether I'm not walking over to the other side where the Antifas are right now. I'm over here covering the rally. To be quite honest, they're just sitting there and just looking and mad dogging, if you could say. Mad dogging. Can you mad dog if you have a mask on, if you're in full black? But I do want to just state for the record, again, I talked to some people there who said they saw a item that was used for the stabbing. I don't know if that account is, officers. I'm going to call LAPD, public information, see if that is in fact a true statement, that it was some sort of what kind of object it was in regards to the shanking or stabbing, however you want to call it. But again, this is all breaking news. We're all getting information. As usual, I will say this. Jake, the guy I just interviewed, I know him to be neutral, legitimate press. There are very few people. So they're getting pissed at these guys.
Jeremy, what do you think? The man that hit Bashal is a pussy. Or I think your words were, he's a punk ass.
I didn't say that.
He did a punk ass move.
What do you think?
I'm just asking you. You're the one who made the statement. It was a punk ass move.
I said.
Why don't you keep that same energy with the lady that did the shoulder block?
I think a move, a shoulder block, a body block is an act of initial aggression. And I'm consistent in saying that it is an act
the lady with
of
the capture, punk ass move. Just making sure you're consistent.
Watching my six. Watching my six. So that was interesting. That was very interesting. Did I write that it was a punk ass move? The thing about this Twitter thing, you gotta watch every word you put out there, because somebody who you analyze might just show up and start and confront you. And that's what I think just happened. I got to look at what I wrote. Somebody check that out. See if I wrote it was a punk ass move. But I did say that the person in the alley who started it, made the initial contact. The person who makes the physical contact is the provoker, even if they're just doing a body block or seeing if somebody runs into them. So I am consistent on that. He was challenging me because he wanted to make sure, he wanted me to be consistent and say that what I saw, what I was tweeting about this morning, what I witnessed in regards to Cedars-Sinai, and the jury is still out. I've been asking the audience. Go look at my live cast from yesterday. We are trying to determine how the Cedars-Sinai brawl started. Who made contact first? Which side did it? Who first touched either a bullhorn or another person or used their body to push somebody off the sidewalk? That's what we're trying to determine. So that guy just called me out, made sure that I'm being consistent. And I think that he was the guy in the alley, if I'm not mistaken. He was covered, his face was covered. You saw him talking to me, but I think that was him. If anybody knows or wants to weigh in, please weigh in on the chat. But I'd never spoken to that man before, and interesting. It seems that people know who I am. I have the clip. You guys can email me if you have a clip or anything you want me to see. Email me at jeremy@publicreport.org. jeremy@publicreport.org. I can be reached there, and any content, any tips, any material I'm willing to look at. I just want to state again for the record, I did not know, and this is the first time that I have either seen, spoken to, or made a nod at certain people. That was interesting. I will say, I was watching my back. I didn't go into full interview mode because of the conflict that you saw. You saw a couple of people who were being critical of the masked security and saying, sort of wanting to separate themselves or being critical of militant, right-wing militant types being there, especially because, again, there are kids. This is a family affair here. So that's what you saw. But again, I want to say for the record, I am a truly neutral party in all this. There's nothing that I is that let's see.
Hi, you're the one from the Apollo restaurant. What is your name again?
I'm Jeremy Lee Quinn.
Hi, Jeremy. How are you?
What's your name?
My name's Claudia.
Okay.
I remember you had gone in that one time and you were eating.
Oh yes, I was in Harlow and I went in. I'm live streaming now. You probably don't want this on record. Or
I just wanted to say hi.
can I say something? Or you probably. Oh shoot, did I?
What did you want to say?
Well, I just want to mention. I won't put the camera on you, but I talked to you outside of Harlow, and we had a discussion.
Yes.
I told you I'm vaccinated, and just very honestly, and I think you made the point that you're here for choice and for freedom.
Exactly.
What do you think? What do you think people get wrong about your message?
Well, the thing is that they think that we're trying to force it on people, that we don't want them to take the vaccine. I mean, we do have our own personal choice and freedom. However, our country is going in such a direction that these people that are protesting us, they don't understand that this is going to affect them as well. And it's not the right thing to go against us and just be together, because this is going really fast where we're losing our freedom, even if you're not in a political sense or not, but either way, we need to stick together because they're also talking about restricting flights for all of us. Let's say one of your friends or family members not vaccinated. What are you going to do? You're going to leave them behind, and that's not the right way, and it's not morally or ethically correct. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Do you think, I mean, when it comes to vaccines, like I'm vaccinated, as I said, do you think enough knowledge is out there right now? Do you think there's a lot of mixed messages? Do you think people are getting, what are your sources? What do you look at as far as for your news?
I read a lot about different doctors that are epidemiologists and all, and they know about virology, and I've known all this beforehand. So it's not like I'm just listening to mainstream media where they all have the same message that you all have to get vaccinated, and we also have our medical religious freedom. I have my self-condition that I can't even wearing a mask. I hyperventilate, and people think it's stupid because I look normal, quite quote-unquote normal, but they don't understand what I've gone through myself, and even in work, same issue. So it's not one size fits all, and that's what people need to understand. And it's not about fighting each other. Again, it's to being cohesive, whether you have a choice or not. Again, we're still in America, whether you like it or not, which doesn't make any sense as obvious enough that sounds. But again, we have our freedom. You can have your vaccine, such as you did, and I said, that's your choice, and it's not none of my business to tell you not to get it. And the same way as not your business, or again, just my privacy that I don't need to disclose that. So.
Well, thank you so much for talking with me. I really appreciate it. Yeah. Good to see you. Take care. So that is a woman who I spoke to at Harlow, and something completely different.
Officers. You guys want some hats? Sir, you got to step back. So sorry about that, right?
So if there's some sort of officer giving a statement. See if we can get the statement. Oh.
There has been no arrest been made just yet, but we are aware of the incident and investigations underway.
Okay, what was the plan today for the LAPD with this event?
Obviously, we want to make sure that everyone's is very peaceful. It's a planned event that will take place right here at the City Hall. And with that being said, like I mentioned to you before, several counter protesters and protesters are here, and then obviously expressing their speech. And there was several individuals from several
In your plan, did you consider possibly putting barricades to separate the left and the right? Has that ever come up as far as an idea?
Obviously, whatever type of recourse we need to take will take place. In this particular incident, we have a street that's a very open public street that we need the traffic to go flowing back and forth. With that being said, we want to make sure that everybody stays on a sidewalk and obey all of the traffic.
It seemed like it was a little reactive, is what I'm wondering. Because if there was maybe barricades set up on this side and barricades set up on that side on the sidewalk, then maybe each side would have stayed on their side. I'm just wondering if that, not on the street.
Obviously, if that needs to take place, we'll be able to do that, facilitate it, take care of it as soon as we can.
Okay, but that wasn't a plan in the beginning. Right?
I do not have that information to provide it. Okay.
What can you tell us about the person who was taken away by paramedics?
He is obviously a victim of a crime that occurred. It was a stabbing that occurred, and and that victim was taken to another way.
Of the victim?
young male, yeah, a young male.
Do you know if it was from the protest or the counter protest?
The person that was stabbed?
Yeah, the person that was stabbed.
So I don't know exactly. Obviously, I got it after the fact. When I got him, he was already being treated by fire department. So I don't know what side of the group he was on. All I know is they had him down by a car. It appeared he was suffering from a stab wound to his chest or abdomen, and he was immediately transported to a local hospital.
Okay, thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Anybody else?
May I ask for the planning? I apologize if any of this is a retread.
Absolutely.
Who's the commanding officer today?
The incident commander is Commander Al Neal for this incident.
Okay. And I guess my other question would be was that the police officers were exiting their cars as soon as counter protesters arrived. Was that part of the plan, or was that just a response to?
You know, I wasn't here when that happened. I'm not sure what sequence of events that led. But my understanding is that there was a fight that broke out here at Spring Union. Officers responded to try to break it up, and that's when we found the victim of the staff. So I don't know exactly what the actions were proceeding at.
And has anyone been arrested for 5507?
Not at this point. No, we're unaware of any arrests in this entire incident.
Has there been a change in policy for just today, or because I've seen a lot of pepper spray, a lot of weapons, you see some right there.
Yeah, you know what? I have not. I'll talk to the incident commander, and I'll definitely get back to you on that.
Okay.
I know that that's still being enforced. Obviously, there's practical aspects of enforcing that sometimes during mass demonstrations or when there's multiple people. But I'll definitely get back to you.
What would those practical aspects be?
I'm sorry?
What would those practical aspects be? What would those practical aspects be?
So,
I've seen people arrested with hundreds.
Correct. Yeah, that's completely up to the incident commander, how they want to address that. So let me discuss that with the incident commander, see if there's been any arrests. We're talking about arrests. If you could point to, if you can let us know who exactly has these weapons.
I have the guy that bear maced it, and I also was hit twice.
You were hit twice?
Yeah.
You know, I just have a follow-up question on his. You know, so you said that the incident commander makes a decision, right, based on the event. So, do you know what goes into making that decision? You know, is it determine like which person, which event group is holding the event, or you know, is there different plans, you know, for different, or is it on a case by case?
Yeah, I mean, the incident commander makes a plan for that particular event, whatever information they have. So, once again, I can't speak for the incident commander as to what his or her decisions were. But once again, it's specific to every incident. With the overall objective for us is really to maintain the peace and facilitate the First Amendment protected activity.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Just one quick question. Was there any kind of weapon identified or recovered? As far as none?
Thank you, guys.
Sorry, any more information about the victim as far as age?
Yeah, it looked like a male Hispanic in his 20s.
Male Hispanic in his 20s?
Yeah, I don't have specific details, but it looked like a young male.
Any word on condition?
You know what? Let me. I know he was taken by a fire department to a local hospital. But when he left, he was still talking and breathing. So I'm hoping that he's doing better.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right, so that was interesting. That's confirming the stabbing. There was really not a lot of new information that was presented there, but obviously the stabbing is confirmed as far as the person that was taken away. They did not identify a weapon, or a weapon was not recovered at all. It's interesting. The clothes items are still in the street there. Interestingly enough, so we could take a look at that. There's something that I want to mention to be consistent, because someone just called me out and said, "I want to make sure you're consistent." The brawl happened on the opposite side of the street of the actual protest. That means that the Patriot crowd came all the way over from City Hall to fight Antifa on the other side of the street. That is significant. You know, when I talked about Cedars-Sinai, I talked about how the counter-protesters came all the way to meet the protesters. Well, in this situation, if we're going to be consistent, it's the Patriots that crossed the street and met Antifa over there. So So if you're going to be consistent, we're going to get a little look at this close here. So, interestingly, there's an American flag there and an American flag hat. We got some Antifas there. That's as close of a look as you guys will get, I'll tell you that. Of the victims' items. I'm gonna have to look at my tape and really see how that unfolded, who made the first punch. But I do want to point out again that the group crossed the street to the other side. How's this? How's this guy?
I made it. Close. Without going fast. There you go, help them out. That's nice.
So,
Somebody without left, give them a hand. Yeah. It might actually like I've seen it. That's very nice. The most well-dressed person out here today. He's in a tuxedo with a bow tie with a nice jewel on it. I like the flower.
it says no to the mandatory vaccination.
Yeah. Very nice.
I like that you were standing with them. So this is a no to the mandatory vaccination sign, which I guess he brought over there. I just arrived here.
see him actually right there. I know, but I wish you would.
Say no to being third-class citizens. We are all equal. Go back to court. Okay.
You're hanging out with a rapist. You're hanging out with a rapist. You are hanging out with a rapist. All rapists. Confirmed by the LAPD. A rapist. Hey, you guys got rapists over there.
Yeah, there are. There are out there.
Rapists. You know it. Rapists. Mario Chateau, a known rapist. And we see you, white glasses, Newlands, you're a rapist. LAPD confirmed it. You guys don't report it, do you? Hey, bitch ass, get with the news. Come report the boy. Hey, you know what I'm talking about, Mario. You just talking to you, boy. Hey, you just get your ass kicked. What are you doing right here? You ain't getting off? You just got your ass kicked by a troll over there, man. What you doing here, boy? You want another one? Come get this man. Come get this. I will manhandle your ass, bitch. I will show you what a real man looks like. Come on over. Step in the middle.
Nah, he'll be better.
Step to the middle. I promise you that. Step to the middle. You got that rapist. I promise you. I will get rid of your filth now. Step to the middle, bitch. Step down to the middle. You guys are hanging out with a long rapist. You guys are activists. You activists are stupid. Peace in the middle. Peace in the middle. Ask him. He's on probation for rape. You understand that? He's on probation for rape. You fucking idiot. Want to defund the police? So you rapists, get out here. You guys want to defund the police? You guys are fucking rapists. You got some shit.
Taiwan is the country. Taiwan is the country.
Hey, give me that argument. Is it white supremacists that made him a rapist?
Taiwan is a separate country.
Is it his white supremacists that made him a rapist? Hey, where you going, Mario? Come on, ask my go here. The non-rapist. You're hanging out with a non-rapist. Go talk to your boy. Go talk to your boy. Go talk to that rapist. How come you guys don't want to talk about rape? Huh? Black Lives Matter?
Yes, I'm saying.
Hey, rapist. Mario should go. Probation, violation, for rape. Just got your ass kicked 2 hours ago. You still haven't done nothing.
Hey, call out homeboy with that dog. He's over here acting like he was one of us. Well, he's just over there. He's just.
Hey, Mario. Who'd you rape? Mario. Why mind want to know? Who did you rape? We all know you guys are perverts. We all know you guys harass women. We all know if you want to be perverts.
How are you? So good to see you. I'm just independently covering this. There was a stabbing. Yeah. Yeah, see that those clothes right there? Yeah. Crazy. I'll see you. Good to see you. That was a reporter who I used to work with at Univision. He's taking. Oh, I don't want to show his license plate, but he's taking a picture.
What I say is, that's not a new thing. People can die from ventilators for a very long time. Once you get to a ventilator, your chances of your ability to stop is really high. America, oh yeah, gonna say the motherfucking world, yeah. You sister! No comedy, no pedophile, no child sex violence.
You probably needed to get beat. Get the fuck back.
These are the podcast. These people make the podcast move. Jeremy, this guy right here, he's He's on probation for rape. That guy, go ahead and interview him. Ask him. He knows, these cops know he's on probation for rape. Go ahead and interview him. Ask him about it.
Let me ask you about the violence. When violence escalates, do you
Violence
think
begets violence, man. These guys have been doing this all year long.
if you do you look back in any situations where you have acted violently and regret it?
Guess who? I guess it depends on who we're talking about. A rapist? No. No. I do not regret a rapist getting beat up. Would you defend a rapist in this case? Violence happened to him earlier.
I'm unfamiliar with the situation, to be quite honest, but I do know the alley situation. What can you tell us about
I
that?
want to talk about that situation that just occurred a few hours ago. 3-4 hours ago, this man was in an altercation with a man on a bike. He got his ass kicked for spitting on the other man.
Where was this?
Earlier on the street,
So before the rally happened?
about 12 o'clock, this man got his ass kicked.
Who are you talking about specifically?
This man with a white frame and blue glasses. This man right across the street, Mario Chacon. He's a known Antifa.
I'm going to ask you the question that I asked Antifa, which is, if you know that violence begets violence, then what are your thoughts on nonviolence?
Hey, we've been nonviolent for a long time, but I guess it's not helping with these guys. They don't understand that we have been nonviolent and we have been trying to keep the peace. These people have been peacefully protesting, and these people are suppressing their right to peacefully protest. These are the violent, these are the agitators. And now they're just getting what they reap.
One leg!
They sow what they reap.
That one has a crush on us.
How long have you been active in this activism protest scene?
I have not been active in protesting. I have been documenting, as you have been documenting. That's what I have been doing. By myself, educating myself, and really understanding both sides. And I find that these people are the perpetrators of all this violence. And these people are just defending.
Now, I'm going to say something, a counter. I challenge everybody when I interview them. In this case, the Patriot bloc ended up on that other side of the street. So it was the Patriot bloc going over to the other side of the street to fight with Antifa. Isn't that instigation?
There was one Patriot that I know that I've heard that went over there and he was getting jumped. These people are not going to allow Antifa to continue jumping people and trying to beat them down. That's what this mob does. They get one person, they try to mob them and beat them up. And then they try to twist the narrative that we're the violent ones. We are not the violent ones. Who's starting this mess?
Now,
we are only acting in their aggression.
Well, now in the situation of, there have been situations where the opposite holds true, that other people act, correct? Like, I know you don't want to talk about the alley, but I'm talking about Harlow, that there are situations where forced contact starts a fight. Is it just them, or do you guys take responsibility for your part as well?
Well, like I said, I've been watching these people and documenting them, and that's exactly the game they play. So, if that game was played on them, that game was played on them. They should not be playing games. They should not be playing Twitter games either, and calling out, giving out names like this, and wanting people to get fired, to get canceled. These people, they are the violent ones. They are causing all this drama and getting people angry.
Do you take responsibility, though, for your own violence?
For my individual, yes, I would take, if I did something individually, it would be me. I am not a protester. I am a person who was documenting, just like you're documenting, and these people kicked me out. Well, I'm sure you got kicked out here, and you got maybe intimidated.
You know, I go back and forth, and it's a very delicate, it's a delicate act.
You don't side with
I don't side with anybody.
Narrative.
I don't side with
Outside
anybody.
with their narrative, yeah.
I don't side with anybody. Absolutely.
No, I didn't either. Until these people forced me on this side. These people forced me on this side.
Do you, when you say these people force you on this side, do you mean that politically you don't necessarily consider yourself conservative, or what are you alluding to?
I'm a libertarian.
You're a libertarian?
I'm not a conservative. I'm not a Trump supporter exactly.
No.
This has nothing to do with Trump.
This year does not have anything to do with Trump. He is correct.
This is an anti-vax,
I'm for
anti-vax.
freedom. Like I said, I'm a libertarian.
My body, my choice.
And these people are always twisting the narrative that we're out here trying to hurt the community without being masked and for anti-vax. It's not about anti-vax, anti-mask. It's about freedom. And these people want to suppress the freedom of the press. You know that they've been trying to kick you out there. You know for a fact. Everybody can attest to this fact that these people are the violent ones, pushing people out. So if they don't get invited to this party, they know why.
What was the first fight you got into with them?
I plead the fifth, sir. I appreciate your content.
That was an interesting interview. Now, typically, I would get both sides, but that is probably not a good idea. And the reason is you never want to be the story. One thing that resonated was when the person who I just interviewed, who I did not ask his name, but I think we all know who it is. I'm losing batteries, guys. I'm gonna plug in really quick. Just gotta plug in.
Yeah! Woo!
All right. I think we're back. All right. So let's do it.
Have your cars ready? Fuck Antifa!
That's perfect time. I gotta get that on video. You gotta do it again now. Yeah.
Hey, how are your buddies over there? You have the freedom to say that here. If you get what you want, you won't be able to say shit. And you're the stupidest one of all.
They ain't got nothing on that. We have God on our side. It's a spiritual battle.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm sitting there. They got their fingers up while the anthem is playing. Go to China and live over there. You will know communist. Go live in China. Motherfucker.
Guys, you know what I'm gonna do? If you're a So, because I got just one side of a story right now, I'm going to call somebody and try to get the other side of the story. And let's see if we can get the de facto head of Antifa, Chad Loader, to answer my phone call. Because he emailed me back, and his phone number was on the email that he emailed me. So I have his phone number. So why not? Let's call and see what's up. See what's up, because it's important you talk to one person to get the other side. I'm going to try again, but that number didn't seem to connect.
They live in the basement.
Is there a curfew on that side of the street? I think somebody should call their parents and ask them if there's a curfew. No, I went over there. I stood right behind him. And nobody said a word to me with this shirt. I stood right behind him. And in all the world, it was just start talking trash. And all they're doing is screaming and hollering. The guy turns around and goes like this to me. He looks at me and I'm like, I'm still standing. I'm not saying a word. I'm not saying that to you. I just want to see you guys are. Yeah. And I went over to the door and I stood there and I pressed the button. I turned this way. There's a lot of people. Don't even look.
We need to go that way and then across.
No shot mandate. That's right. Huh?
Yeah. But when the government comes for them and their children and their families, they're going to cry out for someone to stand up for them. They're selling out.
Who are you with again?
I'm by myself. My name is Jeremy Lee Quinn.
Oh, yeah.
You LA Magazine.
I thought that was you. I just forgot your name. You do good. I've seen your video. You articulate very well.
Thank you.
Most people don't. We need more people like you. I appreciate it. We need more like Kim Bruce kind of. They really articulate with their point, Not just the fascists, the terrorists. We need to hear more than that,
I would agree. Yeah. I'd agree. Absolutely. No. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll take the compliment. I'm someone who tries to talk to as many people as I can.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. Did you see the stabbing?
No, it was a whole brawl.
Yeah.
So I missed that part.
It was pretty intense. What are you doing, man? Guys, I'm going to take a little break. I will be back in about 15 minutes, see if anything else happens. Cheers.